So the next session is on education workshops, which is the effective evaluations. Our special sessions today is going to be conducted by a professional speaker who has over 20 years of experience with 6,000 hours on stage and in some of the most difficult speaking conditions a speaker could be in, explaining to a 12 years old who would rather be playing basketball the importance of Shakespeare's poetry, methodology, and storytelling. His work in literature and drama is good news for us all, because the really important question is, what has he learned from speaking to a 12 years old that can improve our public speaking skills today? Today, he is prepared to reveal some of the biggest lessons he has learned from public speaking to resistive audience that didn't want to be in the room learning about Macbeth or Romeo and Juliet. This is advanced stuff. This is advanced stuff, persuasive public speaking at the highest level. So if you are ready to take your public speaking skills to the next level, you are in for a treat. Please welcome a man who has trained more than 150,000 young people how to understand Shakespeare, Mr. Marvin Shinaga.
Thank you. Lovely. Today I'm going to do the evaluation thing, okay? And we can call it effective evaluation. I like to give it a sexy title, how to evaluate better than anyone in the room. But what we're going to do, we're going to look at three things today, if I may, okay? So we're going to look at, okay, well, there's a sexy title. The reason for a sexy title is because I'm not sexy, so the title has to be sexy, okay? It's like that. So the three things we're going to look at today, if I can, will be these things. We're going to look at what is evaluation. We'll do that very quickly. We're going to then ask ourselves questions around what do we observe as evaluators. Because when you watch a speaker, you have to observe certain things. So we're going to look at some of the important things to observe and some of the things that you don't need to observe as well. And finally, we're going to look at the really good stuff. This is the advanced stuff. And that is how to reconstruct a speech on the spot. It's a how-to. It doesn't mean you will be able to at the end of it, because the thing that I can't put on the screen and deliver to you in a workshop is the 6,000 hours. I can't do that. I mean, I have it, but I can't get the 6,000 hours for you. What you need to do is try to work on getting those hours, right? When you've done all your 10 CCs, do you know what your average time on stage in total would have been? It's 1 hour. By the time you finish 10 CCs, on average, you would have been on stage 1 hour. So I'm going to speak to you from the perspective of the 5,999 other hours that you don't have yet. Okay? And we'll see what good stuff we can find there. Okay. First thing, find yourself a partner. You'll be working with this person today. And so pair up, find yourself a partner, and just to confirm that that is your partner, touch them, okay? Go. Find someone, that's your partner, touch them so that they know you're partners, okay? Yes. Good, I see all the touches above the shoulder. Anyone below the shoulder? Elbow? Very good. Okay. Everyone got a partner? Don't have a partner? You can do a 3. It's okay, you know. Yeah, you can do a 3. So it just touch so that you welcome him on. Ah, yes. Okay, very nice. Okay, you can do a 3 or a 2. It's fine. First thing I want you to do is to evaluate a speech. Now, not the whole speech. I want you to capture whatever you can capture, whatever you can observe, and whatever you think is worth commenting on, your first impression even, okay, of what I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you a young man, a grandson who is speaking at his grandfather's funeral. He's giving one of several eulogies. I think there were several people who spoke. A very important man, Lee Kuan Yew. So this is one of his grandsons speaking to, obviously, the world at his grandfather's funeral. I'm going to show you perhaps 30 seconds or so of it, and I'd like you to write down what you think you would say in terms of an evaluation. Okay? It doesn't matter if you actually know how to evaluate or not. We're going to take what you eventually put down and work it, okay? Work it into what can be considered a proper evaluation. So I'd like you to write down your first impressions as you watch Mr. Lee something deliver his speech.
Honored guests, friends, family. When the grandchildren were very little, Yeye would take us on walks to feed the fish at the Istana. We would perch on the edge of the pond, the ripples of our breadcrumbs breaking the mirrored surface of the water. He liked to have the grandchildren nearby as he rode his stationary bike on the green grass. Sunday lunch with Yeye was an institution for our family. His voice and his hearty laugh would carry to the children's table, talking about matters of state, recounting meetings with foreign leaders whose names we need to recognize.
Would you like to see that again? Just see it one more time, just 30 seconds or so. So I want you to comment on his speech, okay? As if you were evaluating it. Okay, see that 30 seconds again.
Honored guests, friends, family. When the grandchildren were very little, Yeye would take us on walks to feed the fish at the Istana. We would perch on the edge of the pond, the ripples of our breadcrumbs breaking the mirrored surface of the water. He liked to have the grandchildren nearby as he rode his stationary bike on the green grass. Sunday lunch with Yeye was an institution for our family. His voice and his hearty laugh would carry to the children's table, talking about matters of state, recounting meetings with foreign leaders who...
Okay, take half a minute if you can to write down your thoughts on this young man's speech. Okay, half a minute or so, and then wait for the next instruction. Okay, if you have half a thought down, that's also very valuable. Turn to your partner and take turns, please. Tell your partner what you would say to this young man in terms of you being a speech evaluator. So just give a really mini and incomplete evaluation of what you've seen so far. Okay, so just take turns to turn to your partner and tell them what you think of what you've just seen. Okay, give your partner a chance to do the same, all right? To tell you what they think.
So, I don't really think the words
but his words are very eloquent. He uses breadcrumbs from breaking the mirrors of the water, which is just very eloquent. You could just say, throw it on the water.
Okay, turn to your partner, give them a high five and say thank you. Who'd like to share one thing that they observed from the speech? Partner, you can nominate your friend. Okay, we have a nomination. What is it, June?
So bad, this partner. Okay, for me, I feel like he used a lot of the rhetorical words device. Something was small.
By the river and stuff.
River, and green grass. Everything.
Okay.
Then.
What's your comment on that?
Yeah, doing CC4.
Okay.
Very good. Switch was CC4.
Okay.
For Nicholas, think that is maybe some script writer maybe read for him to read out.
Possibly.
Like reading, but
So you're saying it feels scripted.
yeah.
Is that a good thing or bad thing?
Feels like he was narrating the speech.
Yeah.
Natural.
Natural.
Bad or,
Not
maybe
bad or
this-
good.
Maybe this is a funeral, so not much emotion, just he have the monotone a bit so
Okay.
that's maybe some different
Okay.
other speech.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Let's have a few more, yes.
I think he,
Oh, sorry, Vernon, right?
Yeah, Vernon.
Okay, Vernon.
I think he read his speech, but the way he actually read it, he just needed a cue from the speech, but it's coming from the heart.
Okay.
His words are kind of eloquent.
Yes.
I mean, he could have actually given a simple word, but it's very, very nice. To tap it is breadcrumbs breaking the mirrored water, which is really, I think when she says that, he's about to burst into tears. That's
Yeah,
one of the things
okay.
I can
So that's, thank you for that observation. Okay, very nice. Let's have another one. Who'd like to volunteer their friend? Okay, this is not your friend, lah. Somebody else. She belongs to her. Shifong, what's your observation? Give us one.
Actually,
Give us one.
at the beginning,
Mm.
no observation. As he made me say, at the beginning, actually, I feel nothing. I can't even observe anything from the conversation. Because first, he, like what she say, used too many the kind of rhetorical words, that kind of thing. At the first few seconds, I not even know what is he talking until, okay, now I start understand a bit his good friend.
Interesting, isn't it? She's not too happy about the rhetorical devices. He's delighted by the eloquence of the words. So interesting, right? Interesting. These are opposite things from evaluators. Yes, please go
Because
ahead.
my English also high standard, so I don't understand.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So that's why, of course, the emotion part is down because I can't expect him to, in the funeral, walk out with confidence or this thing. so that's why at the beginning.
So you're saying the emotional level was actually appropriate?
Yes.
Because as an evaluator, you don't have to criticize someone for not being excited if the emotional level is appropriate, right?
Yes.
And it's something you can tell them, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can say, look, your emotion level was actually appropriate for the occasion. So that's
Yeah, because it's the funeral, but then I can't expect him to walk out
Sure.
with confidence, not very excited. So that's why all the point I have. So
mean like Master Wong would do.
That's why I won't comment and no observation.
Okay, well that's nice. One more this side. Begin.
We have almost the same like Xiu Feng. One of the things that observed by Fabian, he said that the speaker is kind of mumbling throughout the speech, the delivery. I do agree with that, which he keep on looking on the script and how to say, it's not really come out from what he wants to deliver, and I I don't really understand what he's talking about. It only can sense the sadness from him.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, this brings up some interesting questions, and that is, one of the questions is, as an evaluator, is it fair enough that you couldn't understand what was going on? Is it fair enough? Because it's possible, right? I mean, it is totally possible that the speaker was not understandable, either through their voice projection, or the kind of words that they use, or indeed the way they pronounce the words, or whatever. There's stuff that can get into the way, right? As evaluators, it is useful to free yourself from thinking that you must understand everything that has been delivered. If you don't understand everything that's been delivered, that actually might be worthy of comment. Do you follow me? That might be worthy of comment. This whole idea that what you observe might be worthy of comment is what we're going to work with today. Okay? Right. Let's ask some really serious questions then about this word evaluation. First of all, turn to your friend and tell them the answer to this question as you understand it. Okay? What do you think evaluation is? We gotta give them a word or two that describes what evaluation is, a dimension of evaluation. You don't have to define it, but tell your friend and let your friend tell you a word or two that represent what evaluation is. Go. Okay, let's go around the room and get every pair to throw us one or two dimensions. Okay, something to discuss. What? One or two dimensions for evaluation.
Evaluation to us is feedback.
Okay, feedback. Feedback. Is there something you want to add to that?
Observe how they present it.
Okay, so you've used the word observe and the word feedback. These are two important words for evaluation. Yes, thank you. Next pair. What have we got? Okay, so you give a comment. All right, very nice, thank you.
A personal opinion.
Some kind of opinion, and you're going to say it's personal. Well, it's almost redundant to say personal opinion because I'm not criticizing you. I'm saying that an opinion is personal. By definition, it's personal. Now, do you know what else an opinion should be? In terms of argument, what an opinion should be? It should be researched. Not suka-suka. That's what an opinion is, not suka-suka, no. An opinion is research, you have evidence, and therefore you conclude with your opinion. That's what an opinion actually is. But what we see today are not really opinions. We see suka-suka. You know what I mean, right? We see suka-suka. So just be careful when you claim that this is your opinion. Base it on something. You might base it on how you feel. Is that fair enough that you base something how you feel? Yes. But make sure that you're telling people, hey, I'm basing this on how I feel. So it's not a researched opinion. This is simply how I feel. Then blah, 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 blah. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? All right. Because an actual opinion needs to be researched and backed up by data, basically. Okay. Thank you. Very nice. What have we got? Vernon and... Hey, you are new to me, you are new in the club. You know? What's your name? Weitan. Okay, Weitan. And Vernon, what have you got?
Okay. And we discussed that the evaluation is like a sort of a grading system for the speech.
Okay. Oh, some kind of system.
Some kind of system.
No, honestly, who would like an evaluation to be some kind of system as a Toastmaster when you evaluate? Who would like to have some kind of system to use to do the evaluation? Who'd like that? Who would like the 3 steps to a proper evaluation? Who would like that? That's a system. Would you like that? Yeah, she'd like that. I'd like that too.
There's actually
it doesn't exist, but I like it. But yeah, no, it's some kind of. Actually, you're right, you know. And what I'll show you today, I think might prove that out, and that is you can systematize your evaluation a bit. In fact, I joke with speakers before they speak. I say, look, you know, let me show you your evaluation before you speak. You know, copy and paste from the internet. It's not that kind of system, but certainly there are things that you can put in place in your mind, almost like a little checklist, so that you are not randomly searching for what to say. You know, as an evaluator, one of the most difficult things is to know what to say, right? Don't know what to say, don't know what to look for, don't know what to say. All of these things, if it's systematized, I think that would help a little bit, and we'll try and do that a bit today. That's very nice. Thank you. At the back, what have we got?
I think that evaluation is to comment something to improve or what things could be done better.
Okay, so now we're talking about this dimension of improving the evaluator or the speaker. Which one?
The speaker.
The speaker. Okay. Even though, as an evaluator, Toastmasters system is set up so that you can improve as a speaker when you evaluate. I think it would be wrong to ignore the fact that you should also try to, well, you should primarily try to improve who? The person who has delivered the speech. Something useful. I don't mean to save them from all their troubles. Really, I don't. I do mean if you can deliver something that they can use maybe in the next speech, or at least think about it for the next few speeches, that's useful enough. Fair enough? Okay, because you can't change the leopard spots, like, you know. Yeah, okay, very nice, thank you. I don't know who you guys are. No, I'm serious. Okay, very nice. What have we got? Give us a couple of words for evaluation.
Comment from my partner here is that the adjustment or comment that we give based on the own experience.
As an evaluator, do you have to make a judgment? Somehow? No, okay, judgment is like a horrible word, isn't it? It's like a horrible word. But the truth is, let's talk about reality here. Do you have to make a judgment? Right? If the speech is lousy, do you have to think in terms of, I mean, are you only allowed to think in terms of, actually, it's a very good speech. I mean, what kind of evaluator are you if that is all you are able to do, right? If the speech requires some kind of comment on, to help it improve, but all you say is good speech, what kind of evaluator, or certainly what kind of service are you offering to the speaker? Nothing at all. In fact, a disservice, because the speaker then thinks it is good speech. And then how? The next speech, also the same one. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, thank you, very nice. If we can then, Shu, can or cannot?
I think evaluation can be an encouragement for the speaker.
Encouragement, okay. You know, this is huge, isn't it? This is huge. It's one of the biggest fears as well, how to encourage the speaker and how not to destroy them. And if we can, same. Feeling, huh? Okay. Feeling. This is interesting because if we have time, I will tell you about this thing called feeling and the role feeling has in the evaluation. It can be quite significant. Thank you. Joe, you are Sadirin Bahat, no?
How well you're going to articulate whatever opinion you have to the speaker.
Okay, so how you say what you're about to say. So maybe you've observed something. Now the question is, how do you say it? Is this a big problem, how to say it? It kind of is, isn't it? Because if you say it wrongly, then guess what? You will fail to encourage, right? But if you say it right, you can encourage. Now we'll look at this as well, if you guys like. Did you guys? No. Okay, what have you got?
Some sort of agreement.
Agreement? Tell me what do you mean?
Like, do you agree with this speaker or you don't agree?
Okay. Okay, so you've got to ask yourself the question, do I agree? Now, you do understand that it is not your job as an evaluator to agree with the message. It is your job to agree or not with the way the message has been delivered, right? The way it's been constructed or the way it's been delivered, not the actual message itself. If you're talking about superstition, and if the speaker says, my conclusion is, superstition is blah, 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 and you disagree with it, as an evaluator, it's not your business, no. It's not your business to agree or disagree with that part of it. It's your business to tell the speaker how they can improve delivering the message that they're trying to deliver, right? How they can maybe reword something or reconstruct something. You guys follow so far? Okay, very nice. I have another question for you. I'd like you to write down, okay, what you currently do in your evaluations, when you evaluate, or maybe what you have observed people do. What is currently done now? Write down maybe one or two points that you can think of very quickly. What do you do already in your evaluation? Okay, you comment on eye contact, you comment on this or that. So just tell me, what is it that you do in your evaluation? What do you comment on? What do you observe, and what do you comment on? Do you tell every speaker good job? Do you tell every speaker that you're looking forward to the next speech? Do you do that? If you do that, please write it down. It'd be interesting to bring that point up. Okay, and share that with your friend. Just tell them very quickly what is one or two things that you currently do or you've seen regularly done in evaluations. It could be bad things, it doesn't matter, you know. It could be good things, could be bad things, it doesn't matter. Okay. Just raise your hand if you want to tell us one thing that you do currently in evaluation. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, doesn't matter. One thing that you do in evaluation currently. What do you do? Have you evaluated? Not yet. Okay. Not Toastmasters. Okay. Well, be interesting to find out your opinion. What do you currently do? Just one thing. Just shout out one thing that's done.
According to the objective.
Okay, so you evaluate. You try to evaluate the objectives. It's a very important point, because often I do hear people get sidetracked and they start evaluating. Guess what? Someone gives a CC1, and guess what the evaluator tells them? Tells them how to do CC2, 3, and 4. No? He's just done CC1. If you read the manual properly, it says don't tell them about anything else. It says only to encourage them in CC1. In no other CC, in no other project does it say to encourage the speaker. Only in CC1. It says ignore a proper evaluation, just simply encourage them. Why? Because they've gotten up and broken the ice. Okay? So we're not talking about that kind of evaluation, we're talking about the subsequent ones. Don't evaluate ahead of time. Speakers will go, oh, you know, because maybe it's a good speech, and they don't know what else to say, so they say, oh, you know, what to look out for next time, this is the CC1. What to look out for next time is how to organize your speech, because your speech is not well organized. Hey, hello. He hasn't reached that point yet. Okay? So let's try to stay with the objectives. Who's got another one? Yes.
Observe what has been done good in the speech.
Okay, so you're looking for good things. Sometimes it's just hard to find good things or not. Yeah, so it's not so easy as sometimes. Okay? I mean, when Nicholas speaks, it's very easy. Okay? So, for some people, yes, it's very easy to find good things. But for some people, it's not so easy. As an evaluator, you will be faced with this, and you have to make a judgment on it. You do. You have to decide, you know, whether it is good, and possibly if it's not. What else? What else we got? Yes.
After setting the objective, qualify the objective when evaluating.
To qualify the objectives?
When evaluating.
Tell me what you mean.
Means that, for example, the objective of evaluation is to say to make what could be done to make it better. So we qualify in with aspect, for example, the word chosen, or the intonation, or the gesture.
Okay, so when you give a suggestion for room of improvement, you have to qualify why you said that. Fair enough. I'm not sure if you have to, but certainly if it helps the speaker understand why, that might be a good idea. It might be. For me personally, I don't qualify anything. It's okay. I just say if the speaker wants to accept it, they can accept it. If they don't, they can also choose not to. No one is forcing anyone to accept anything. Okay, it sounds like that I can, say anything horrible. No, you don't want to do that. We're going to look at this encouragement thing in some detail in a moment. Okay. Another question for you: what do you actually fear to do in evaluation? See if you can get to the core of this one. In other words, be honest. See if you can be honest. What do you fear to do in evaluation? What are you afraid to say? One thing, just one thing. You can give an example of the sentence. No? One thing you're really afraid to say in the evaluation. Okay, who's got something? Something they're afraid to do in evaluation. Yes, Fabian.
I have to admit I did a very bad evaluation just now to Gujit because seriously, I don't really understand in the overall speech by Gujit due to the slang and all the voice of projection. But I did try myself. At first, I was trying to jot down everything in the notes, but in the end, I give up. I will just pay attention fully to the speech, what she said. Then in the end, at least I caught a few points. Then I'll try to understand more in the whole structure.
So you can use today as an example, or just other speeches. What do you think you were afraid to say, without going into detail? But
I was afraid to say in front of her.
Okay.
I don't understand the speech.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. No. Fair enough. Thank you. Thank you for being honest. Is this a problem that you have faced before? Yeah. Those of you who've evaluated, you faced the problem that you're afraid to say something as as heavy as I don't understand your 7 minutes. That's pretty heavy, right? Okay. Would you like to by the time you finish today, would you like to know what to say in that situation?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Internet, go on. What are you looking at me? Okay, no, we'll try and work on that. Thank you, that's a really good point. Anyone else got something that they find that they're afraid to do in evaluation?
Insult the speaker. If they scared that maybe we talk something or comment something, maybe insult the speaker or maybe hurt the speaker.
Yes, we're afraid to hurt the speaker. Now, should an evaluator have an objective to hurt the speaker? No, shouldn't, right? Shouldn't. So it is correct to be afraid to hurt the speaker. However, you get yourself into trouble, don't you? When you don't say what you should say. Yes. When you're afraid to hurt the speaker, the next thing is the problem. Being afraid to hurt the speaker is not the problem now. The problem is the next thing, and that is you shut up now. You don't say what you need to say. Something useful now. You don't say something useful because you're afraid to hurt the speaker. Okay. I can tell you that I don't think any speaker has died after I evaluate. I don't think so. Maybe one of you will be the first. I don't know. As far as I know, all have survived. I don't know whether they've thrived. I do know some have thrived. Who's been evaluated by me before? Okay. So alive enough to raise the hand now. Let's put it that way. Okay. The fear of this is a very important fear. This is actually what the workshop should be about now. I think for most clubs, this is what the workshop should be about. The fear, what we're afraid to say when we should be saying it. That's what the workshop should be about, and in fact, it will be. Okay, very, very nice. Thank you. Anyone else? Something that they are afraid to do.
Can't find a good suggestion for area improvement because certain speaker really good, like almost everything is better than me. Then I really can't find a good suggestion to help her to improve. Although might have something, but I can't observe.
Thank you. This is a really good comment. And the reason it's good is because she said, I can't find something because the speaker is actually better than me. Anybody been in that situation before? Yeah. The speaker actually is quite good, in fact better than you. Speaker probably got more hours on stage, whatever, right? It's difficult for you then to speak as an authority or to speak with any confidence. So this is one of the difficulties you face, and clearly you all have faced it already. Don't worry, okay? Don't worry, there are ways to do it, okay? There are ways to do it. Having said that, get more stage time as well. Because the more 1,000 hours you have, in fact, if you think in terms of thousands of hours, all of you are at the same level. No one is more advanced than others. If you think in terms of thousands of hours, all of you at the same level. Anyone you walk into a Toastmaster thing pretty much will be at the same level. So don't worry too much about it. We'll look at honest ways to overcome this problem because it is a real problem. June, you were about to say something?
I feel like sometimes the speaker maybe forget about the speech, or they will totally didn't follow the objective. They're just doing the speech is okay, but not related with the objective. It's very difficult.
CC9, CC10, right? To persuade and then to inspire. You get speeches that don't persuade or don't inspire. You get that, right? And then, as an evaluator, you good speaker. It's true, right? It's true. I evaluated you, CC9.
Yeah, but I'm good.
Who has been in that situation where you have to evaluate someone, but they really didn't hit any of the objectives properly, you know? Yeah, you've been there. I've been there too. Wow. So would you like to know what to say to them in that situation? We'll find out. Okay, there's been a lot of things to find out today. Very nice. Okay, we've done that one. Okay, what do I think it is? What do I think it is, evaluation? I think it is really two things, okay? Two things. This, your observation, but not just your observation, the quality of your observation. You understand what I mean, right? The quality of your observation. In other words, maybe how deep or insightful. Now, of course, your insight could be limited, or will be limited to your experience. It will be. Don't worry. Work on the thousands of hours, okay? Just work. The quality of your observation, and one more thing. This. Your ability to say it. So you observe something, and then afraid to say it. The evaluation will not be determined by what you observe. You observe that you didn't understand law, you observe this law, whatever. But whether or not you're able to say it, and how you're able to say it. This will determine whether your evaluation is useful or not. You guys follow me so far? Yes? Okay. All right, we move on. We have this already. Yes, we have this already. And let's talk about this. I'm calling this part 2, observation. The question is, what do I observe? Do you know what to observe or not in a speech? Who knows what to observe? Who in their mind has the system so that they know what to observe? Don't have, right? Who would like to have a system to know what to observe? Who would like that? So that you have a short checklist so that you can worry about what you're eating tonight and don't have to worry about the speech evaluation, whatever. Yeah, that'd be good, right? Good. What do you observe? Would you like to know this? Yes. What are you afraid to observe? Yeah, okay. Okay. What to observe? Actually, let's back it up. What do you observe? Currently, what do you observe? What do you find yourself observing in a speech? Do you observe the eye contact? Do you observe the gestures? The body language? This makes up 97% of the communication, including the way the tonality. 97, 93%, whatever it is, I don't know. It's big. 93% of the communication are all these things. And I'm going to suggest that you ignore them. I'm going to suggest that you move on from the technicalities of the speech. Technicalities means whether or not the person gave good eye contact. Do you know what I would say to someone who says eye contact is important? Yes, of course it's important. Of course. Otherwise, how does she know that you're falling in love with her? It's important. But eye contact, is eye contact really the most important thing? My answer would be this. If eye contact is so important, that means blind people cannot give speech, True or not? If it's so important, a blind person cannot give a speech, right? And then gesture is so important, means paraplegic, quadriplegics, handicapped people cannot give speech, is it? Right? Moving around the stage, using the stage, that means the wheelchair-bound guy cannot give a speech, You see what I mean? The technicalities, when you put in perspective, it can be ignored, really. Unless there's something particularly strange or creepy or distracting about the eye contact, the gestures, or the way the person moves. So maybe the person is going up to, and then like getting really close to the audience, and that may be distracting. It might even be creepy. Who knows, right? Then you might comment on that, so that they subtract that from their delivery next time. But for the most part, let's talk about things other than eye contact, gestures, or what I call the technicalities. Let's talk about some of the more insightful things, the things that have, I think, stronger meaning, okay, to a speaker. Some of the stronger things could be what? What could you observe that is not eye contact, gestures, voice projection? What else could you observe actually? The content. In what sense? Because you're not allowed to really,
Message.
The message.
Whether it's clear.
Whether it is what?
Clear.
You all hear this or not? Okay, we're looking at content now, okay? I'm not saying to judge the content based on whether you agree or disagree with the content. It's whether or not something was clear. Now, the first thing is the message. Was the message clear? Not only was it clear, what else must the message be? At the end or early in the beginning? Both, yes. Both. But for my point here, it should be in the beginning. It should be at the end, yes. But it should be in the beginning. This is the problem with a lot of speeches, you will find. And this is where your system is going to come in. The system goes like this. Look for clarity of message in the beginning. If it's not, then you have something to comment on. Okay? And I'll tell you what to comment on in a moment. So look for clarity of message. The message stated clearly in the opening paragraph. You all clear about that? Okay? This is right after the icebreaker. Icebreaker so you can comment, okay, on what kind of questions they ask the audience to break the ice. And then they state their message. This is all within the first paragraph. They state their message. So today, I'm going to tell you the 3 things that I know about superstition, or whatever it is. All right? Very clear. Well, today I'm going to tell you why driving on the left side of the road is wrong. Okay? Driving on the right side is right. So they state their message clearly right after they break the ice with maybe a bit of humor or a question. So look out for this. Most speeches, I would say 90% and above, do not have this part of their speech sorted out. Which means, as an evaluator, it's an easy win, for you. Easy. Easy. Okay? Whether the message is clear. So this starts to answer the question on what do you comment on, because you could observe 99 things about the speech, right? You could if you're really good, but do you comment on 99 things? First of all, you have no time. But if they gave you time, would you comment on 99 things? No. Why? Because you go to buffet, you eat all 99 dishes. Okay. Apart from some of the guys, you all eat 99 dishes now. No. You choose the ones that you want to eat. Okay, you eat a bit more than usual, but if you are, old-timer like me, you don't eat everything now. You go there, you go, okay, I like that, I like that, I like that, done. That's my meal. And then I never go back to buffet again. Why? Because it's not worth it. You know what I mean? So, if you give them too much to digest, they cannot stomach it. You understand what I'm saying? They can't stomach it. Keep it to, my suggestion, actually you might have suggestions. How many things should you keep it to, maybe? How many points should you keep your evaluation to? 2 plus 1? You know what I mean, 2 plus 1? 2 positive, 1 negative? 1 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 2 plus 1? Something like that, okay? 1 plus 1 is good. I do it half plus 1.5. That's my thing. Okay, but you might do a 1 plus 1, or a 1 positive, 1 negative. You might do a 2 plus 1 sandwich method, positive, negative, positive. you understand what I'm saying? You might do that. If you have your own little system, it's okay. Okay, it's fine. So, what to comment on is very important because you've observed 99 things, but you want to comment on 1 or 2, possibly 3 things, that's it. Okay? 1, 2, possibly 3. So you've got to make the judgment call on that. What you decide to articulate, you have to decide now. Don't go and comment on everything thinking that the more is the better. No, more is not better. It really isn't. Okay? If I'm twice the size, is it better? No, it's not. Okay. Okay, now another thing, and this one is higher level stuff. So those of you who are not interested in higher level stuff, just shut down for a moment. Those of you who are interested, higher level stuff coming up now. This is the question that I ask myself when I give a comment. How much weight do I give this comment? You know why? Who thinks they know why weight is an important consideration? How much weight you give a comment? Priority is more the order of things, but yes, I understand what you're saying about weight. I would say weight is important because if you're going to, if the speaker is going to survive your evaluation, right? Let's say you're going to be honest with the speaker, but if the speaker is going to survive, you're going to have to weight your comments properly. Meaning, if there's a problem with eye contact or something like that, and it's distracting, don't let that be the weight of your presentation. No. Don't let it be. Why? Because it's the weight on the negative, and then there's not much weight on the positive, you know. Just because one is negative, one's positive doesn't mean they have equal weight. The weight depends on how long you spend talking about it. Okay? Primarily, how long you spend talking about it. So I can say something very, okay, I'll tell you once, I had a friend, she's no longer a friend, maybe because of what I said. But she delivered a stand-up comedy thingy in one of the cafes in Georgetown, okay? So it's half an hour or something, and it was terrible. And so when she got off the stage, she ran to my table, and and the band had started playing, and she said, "How was it?" Guess what? Guess what I said to her?
Terrible.
I said it was terrible. But I did not give it weight. I didn't lose her friendship that night. No. I didn't give it weight. No, I lost it other things. But it's not what you are thinking, okay? So this is what I did. I grabbed her hands. She ran up to me. I grabbed her hands. I said, "It's terrible. Sit down. Let's talk about something else." That's all I said. I said, "It was terrible. Sit down. Let's talk about something." And right away, I changed the topic. So how much weight did I give the "it's terrible"? Very little. But I was able to be honest. Not that being honest is a great thing, but why would I want to fake it? And you know, if I fake it, you think she'll know I'm faking it? Yeah lah, she'll know. If I say, "Oh, really good lah, really good job," you know what? It's not a good job. Nobody laughed. You know, for half an hour, the whole place is silent. So how can I say it's a good job? All right. So if you want to preserve your integrity, tell the truth, but decide on how much weight you give it. You can say, if you say something very fast, and you can say, "Hey, you know, the eye contact thing is a bit distracting. Don't worry about it too much, you know. But you know, have a look at the video, and you'll see what I mean." And that's it. You move on. Talk about something else. So you've just criticized them on their eye contact, right? Not criticized them, but you've just told them about it. But it's not too. It doesn't have the weight that will you know be tied to the ankle, and then they drown in the sea one. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Is this a new dimension of evaluation for you? Okay, I hope this is useful stuff for you. If you're going to give something negative, really go light on the weight. Go really light on the weight. Say that it's no big deal. Mention it and say it's no big deal. That's basically what you have to do. That's all. Okay? Don't tell them how to fix eye contact. Please don't. You know? You think people don't know how to fix eye contact? You know, it's not your job to fix them. It's your job to point something out. Okay? So, you know, if the hands are waving all over the place, like mine do sometimes, and you might want to comment on that, just say something like, "Hey, the hands are a bit all over the place, but don't worry, this is a small issue." Just say like that. Small issue. Then by the next speech, if you watch the video or you do a mirror practice, it's done. You say like that. Also, do not comment on this one thing. This is the one thing, okay? They say sex la, politics la, religion la, food la, don't comment on these things. No, what is it actually? I don't know. Don't comment on grammar. Don't do it. Really, I'm telling you, don't do it. Why? You comment on something for the purpose of helping the person improve for the next speech, you know. This person has been struggling with grammar for all their life, you know. You think what you say is going to help them improve for the next speech? You're deluded. Don't say it. It's not of any use to anybody at all. You follow me? Some things are of no use, you know. No use to anybody. You tell them about their grammar, it's no use. Why? Because next speech the grammar is the same. It's okay. You know, we have to struggle with it. It's okay, you know. Don't worry about it. Okay? I would say, for me, the taboo is not sex, politics, and all these things. It's grammar. I just don't comment on it. I don't. If you want to talk to them about how to sort it out, you know, do it offline. But you know, if they've struggled with it for all their 30 years or whatever, you think one comment from you is going to fix it? It's not. You understand what I'm saying? Therefore, do not give it, in terms of grammar, give 0 weight, don't even mention. Other things, just give it 1 gram, 2 grams, that's it. And then for the room of improvement and for your suggestions, give that more weight, and let me tell you how to weight it, how to make that weighty. What have we got next? Possibilities for observation. Okay, very quickly. Possibilities for observation. You can observe things that you like or dislike about the speech. Okay? You can comment on the impact that it had on you. Maybe there's new knowledge, so maybe you didn't know this about superstition, now you know. Maybe you didn't know this about Law Prabang, now you know. Okay? You didn't know about Laos and where it was and all the good food and the fact that there's waterfalls and, you know, and it looks nice. So now you know, so it could be new knowledge. I'm going to fly through these. Maybe the speech made you think. So the superstition one, it could be that, hey, you know what, I never really thought about superstition. My mom sort of, taught me everything I know. And now that I think about it, maybe I won't pass on all these things to my children. So it might be that, you know. Guess what? If it made you think, and you tell the speaker that, do you think the speaker will be encouraged? Absolutely. You do not have to uncut and say it's a good speech. You can say, if it's true, your speech made me think. And now, I don't think I will pass this on to my kids. Now that I think about it, thank you for that. Fair enough? Somebody has just been encouraged in a way that's totally honest. And as an evaluator, you can start to scale these heights up. I think you'd be serving people very well. So also, maybe it moved you to act. All right. So after listening to your vegan speech, I'm going to actually cut down my meat intake. Okay, no, that's good. Your speaker will feel good now. Why? Because it made you act. It made you think. It made you act. Maybe it made you feel something. After your speech, now I feel differently about Donald Trump. Could be. When a speaker hears this, it's valuable to them. They know that there are 7 minutes here, and the 1 month of, or in the case of Sue cannot, 2 years of preparing the speech. It's been worth it. Maybe you felt satisfied, or indeed inspired. Maybe you were clear about something, or not clear, confused. Well, these are words that you might find useful, right? Maybe you now feel more confident about this topic, or maybe you feel more afraid about going into the sea. Okay? Now that we know that sharks have more teeth than we expected. Okay? You might actually feel encouraged after listening to the speech, or you might feel a bit discouraged. Just say so, but don't give it too much weight if you're talking about the negative things. Okay? Maybe you feel a bond with the speaker. Wow, I feel a bond with you. I don't really know you, but now that I know your childhood was like that, it's just like mine. That's really cool. Not alone anymore. These are things you feel. Huh? By the way, if you go to Google and look for feelings, you'll get a list of 800 words or more. In this room, we totaled up how many different feeling words do we know? 80 or so cannot find them. That means 90% or more of the possible ways to describe what's going on inside here are not even available to us. Why? Because we don't know the words. Not available, no. That means our communication a very poor one. My cat also can communicate more feeling now. There's a lot of things. Do you feel, maybe you feel proud now of Malaysia after you hear, you know, how the ringgit is going to rebound. It's going to be 1-to-1 with the Sing dollar. Great. I'm getting really close to 1 hour, aren't I? Yeah. Okay. Can I do 2 minutes of this question here? What to say so I uplift the speaker? Would you guys like to know this one?
Yes.
Oh, you really? Seriously? Hey, I don't mean to angkat the speaker. This is not a translation from angkat. To uplift means to encourage. Okay. All right. This is what we do. There's a 3-step system that I use, or maybe a two-step system. One is this. I ask myself, what's the value of this speech? All right. What's the value of this speech? And the second question I ask is, how can I reconstruct this speech? How can I reorganize it and possibly reword it? And I don't mean the whole speech. I don't mean the whole speech. I'll tell you which part I mean. Okay, so the two things is, I ask myself, what's the value of this speech? And the second thing, how can I reconstruct parts of it that are useful? So let's talk about the first one very quickly. What is the value? So is the value this possibly? Is it that there's knowledge in here that's valuable? Is it that the message or possibly the content or structure was good and therefore that's valuable? So if someone had good structure, you might think, hey, how can I ask them to improve it? You don't have to. It's good structure already work. So you just say, look, you know, your speech was valuable because anyone who listened to it would realize that your structure was really strong. And this is one way to make your speech great. That's a comment. You know, if something is good, you might think, oh, speaker too good, I don't know how to comment. Speaker too good, don't know how to comment. You observe whether they do some of the basics right. If they do the basics right, tell them, hey, your language, it's way better than mine, I like it. Your structure, also way better than most speakers that I hear. This is how to make a good speech. Your structure, just the way it is, You just comment on what's good. So if you're worried about the speaker being too good, don't. Just comment on what's good. And say, you know, and say it was valuable. Was it valuable because it was inspirational? It's quite rare, but this could come up. Say, you know, your speech, it could be a CC3 or something. Hey, your CC3 actually inspired me, you know. Inspired me to do something, or inspired me to think differently, whatever. Maybe it was encouraging or indeed satisfying. So, or maybe because they were honest and personal. Okay? So even if you disagree with what the speaker has said, you can still, if you feel the speaker has been honest and personal, you can say that. You can say, look, you know, I don't agree necessarily with the points, but, you know, as a speaker and as a speaker, you were honest, you were personal. I can't ask for anything more. You know? Really, can you ask for anything more than the speaker being honest and personal? Can't, you know? You can't. So that will encourage them a lot. Maybe they gave some specifics on how to do this, or something that was thought-provoking, or maybe it freshened your perspective on the topic. Okay, there's many things that you could find value in. Now, how to reconstruct. This is the encouragement thing. If you can do this, you do not have to uncut anybody ever again. You simply reconstruct things for them. How to reconstruct? Let's talk about how and what to reconstruct. You're going to do 3 things, possibly. Suggest a better way to open their speech. A better question. Maybe they fumble through the questions a bit. You can suggest a better question. You have to think very fast, okay? But as an evaluator, why not? It's good to think fast. So you might think, you know, you can tell them, I think if you opened with this question, you would connect and have more impact in your speech. You say like that. So you could say your opening not very strong, but I would say it like this. If you do this, you will have much better impact in your speech. And then you say what this is. You say, ask them these 3 questions, If you can think that fast, your speaker will go home happy, you know, even though in a sense you've told them exactly what's wrong with the speech, but they're still happy. That's what you want, right? That they know what's wrong with the speech, but they're happy. So suggest a better opening. The reason I say this is one of the rules for your system is because most openings are poor. Okay? As an evaluator, this is easy street. Easy win. You suggest a better opening. Okay, that includes a better message statement, a better way to phrase the message statement. Maybe the message statement was kind of non-existent. Good, then you state what the message should be. Your speech will be really well served if you said, and today I'm going to tell you the 3 things about superstition that every mother needs to know. Okay? Better message statement. So what was the first one? A better opening. Second one, a better message statement, which is also part of the opening actually. And the third one, suggest better titles for the 3 points. Your speaker may not even have the 3 points. Good. For you, that's good. Then you can actually suggest that they have 3 points. So say, I suggest you have 3 points. And in fact, I've got 3 points, 3 headings for your points. Bam, bam, bam. Our friend's happy now. Who wouldn't be happy with that? Would you be happy if an evaluator came up and said to you, look, I've reworked your opening and your 3 headings. Would you be happy? Yeah, you probably will be happy. Why? Because your opening might have been a bit weak, and your 3 headings also a bit weak. Why? Because, don't know why, when we formulate our own speeches, somehow we can't see the problems within. But when someone else tells, hey, this one, why would this audience be interested in that point? It's true. Why would they be interested in that point? Okay? So these are the 3 things, just very quickly. Suggest a better opening, suggest a better message statement, clearer message statement, more impactful. We're going for impact here. And finally, if you can, better titles for the 3 points. Bam, bam, bam. So how many of your mothers have ever told you, don't sweep the floor during Chinese New Year? So that's an opening, all right? So you can suggest that as a way to open, considering most of the audience is Chinese one. Okay? You don't go to another country and then nobody Chinese and you go and ask this question. No. It's appropriate for the audience. So you could open like that. So, and how many of you, and then you can say, today I'm going to tell you the 3 things, if you're a mother, the 3 things not to pass on to your children in terms of superstition. So that's quite clear. And then you might even suggest number 1, number 2, number 3, whatever it is. Okay, any questions about this system? Oh, yeah. Reuse again.
Friends, family. When the grandchildren were very little, Yaya would take us on walks to feed the fish at the estate. We would perch on the edge of the pond. The ripples of our breadcrumbs breaking the mirrored surface of the water. He liked to have the grandchildren nearby as he rode his stationary bike on the green grass.
You might feel differently about his speech after this workshop. Here's another grandson.
Some years ago, when I was preparing to go to university, Yaya gave me a camera. This was the first and only time he ever gave me a present. Over the next few years, I got deeply into photography and took many thousands of photos of my time in college. After I graduated, I got a book printed of my favorite pictures, and I presented it to him as a thank you for the gift, and hopefully to show him that I'd done something good with it.
So he struggles there a little bit. Which one do you prefer? Second one. And why? Are you quite clear as to why? Can you feel that the second one is better? First of all, can you feel that the second one is better? Does anyone have any evidence to say why the second one is better for you, for your opinion? In your opinion,
Show the feeling.
Yeah. The other one also showed feeling, but which feeling was more authentic? I'm sure both of them feel as equally bad about their grandfather passing away. But which one let
go?
Just let go and just let it be without trying to.
The first one's like control, no?
Yeah. The first one, it's big control. Any other reasons why the second one is more appealing to you? Sorry? Yeah, it feels like the real deal. There's no green grass and butt and.
Like, the second one shows more bonding with the personal bonding. So it's like.
He started with the personal story. The only thing my grandfather ever gave me was a camera.
It's more spontaneous.
It's just very nice, isn't it, to hear that, as opposed to hearing a description of the water. I mean, what does the water do with his grandfather? The gardener is the one who take care of the water features and all that, but the camera was given by his grandfather, and not only that, the only thing my grandfather ever gave me. Lee Kuan Yew was a very rich man, but he gave his grandson only one thing in his whole life. I mean, what kind of grandfather is that? If you think about it, what kind of grandfather is that? But at the same time, if you listen to the whole speech, you will understand why the grandfather gave him that one thing. It's really quite amazing. It's worth looking it up and watching those two speeches, so that you can get a sense of why you feel one way towards one speaker and why you don't really, connect with the other speaker. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for your attention and time. And TOD. Bye-bye.